Hi and welcome to my studio. This is an instruction video for members of my 4 choirs, Voices Anon, New Egham Singers, Windsor Soundswell Choir and Progeny Chamber Choir. Today I'll be showing you how to set up a program called Zoom, which will allow us to interact. Now, I have already spoken elsewhere about a couple of ideas I've had for keeping the choirs going during this period. One was a live broadcast, which I could do for choirs, which I've already done for some of the choirs, and what that involves is it's a bit like a television show. I broadcast from here in my studio, you're able to watch and tune in. There will be facility for you to comment via text, a bit like instant messaging, but I won't be able to hear you and you won't be able to hear each other. So the only form of socialising there will be through the instant messaging feature. So that's very much like a television programme. This video is about my second idea, which is virtual Zoom choirs. So setting up a Zoom choir for each of the 4 choirs. That requires you to install a program or an app if you're using a tablet device. And this video will show you how to do that. Now, some of the features I'm going to mention are not available if you use a tablet device. It won't be too disastrous, but just bear that in mind. Okay, so the first thing I should say is that this video has been based on another video, a series of videos that Jim has put together from the Royal Academy of Music, the Vocal Centre. I've tailored this video slightly differently because we have slightly different goals, so I haven't gone as technical as he has. So I'll show you in this video how to download, install Zoom and set it up for what we are planning on doing. So first thing you'll need to do is go to Zoom. You can, from Google or anywhere else, if you type in zoom.us and slash and then download, it will take you through to this screen. On this screen you can download Zoom to your computer, and it's available for Mac as well as Windows. If you are using a tablet, if you go to the App Store, if you're an Apple tablet like an iPad, you can download the app for that, and if you're on an Android platform, you can download the app for that. But some of the audio features I'm going to mention are not going to be available. Now, ideally, to use Zoom, you need a web camera or a camera installed in your tablets. Now, tablets generally have cameras installed and microphones. Computers sometimes do. My laptop and my computer has a camera already built into it. The idea being is the camera and microphone are used so we can interact. So I'm going to just show you today how to do this all on computer. So when you have downloaded, you've gone to the Zoom store on computer and you've downloaded the file and you've installed Zoom, you should then be able to open it, and when you open it you'll get a screen appear like this, and you can see there are new meetings, join meetings, share screens and things like that. If we are going to set up a choir rehearsal, let's say for a Monday, before that rehearsal I will send you an email with details, let's get out of here, details of the actual rehearsal we're going to have. So this has an invite, you can see the invite is here, and providing that you have got Zoom installed, when you click that invite it will go straight through to the Zoom program. If you're using a tablet, all you'll need to do is click on the link again, and that will also go straight through to the Zoom program. So, looking at those advanced audio features, the features you're going to need to set up on your computer are, if you click on settings and then go down to audio, you want to make sure where it says microphone on your computer, you want to make sure that you have turned this feature off. What that feature does is the computer is automatically adjusting the volume of your microphone as you're talking, and that is not ideal for music. So you want to make sure automatic adjust microphone volume is switched off. After that, click advanced, and at the top of advanced, show in meeting option to enable original sound from microphone. You want that ticked. So you want to have that ticked. So I'll show you once again if I come out of here. On your computer, when you've opened Zoom, go to settings up here, the little cog, click on audio, make sure this is switched off, automatically adjust microphone volume, and click on Advanced and make sure this is switched on. That's going to be very important, as we shall see later. So when you have got Zoom installed and you've got that all set up, you're ready to go. You're ready to click on the invite at the appropriate time and join the rehearsal. So let's see how that would work. If you've clicked on your link, it will take you through to the meeting. Now, because I actually haven't got a meeting running, I'm going to have to do it slightly differently. So you won't have to click new meeting, but you'll end up, when you join by clicking the link, you'll end up with a screen much like this. Along the bottom you can see there's a chat function. If you click chat, the chat box will appear to the side. Oops, that's just disappeared. The chat box will appear to the side. There it is here. It will allow you to type in here. I'm just going to turn chat off to make that a bit smaller. And gradually, as people join the meeting, what's going to happen is this area here will begin to fill with images. So I'm going to join this meeting by clicking Start Video, which is down here, and you'll notice it turns my webcam on. At the moment, I can only see me because I'm the only person in this meeting. If I want to mute myself at any time, I can always stop the video. I'll start the video again by clicking the same button. If I want to mute my sound so people can't hear me, it's a case of clicking this, and that will then turn the sound off to everybody that's also in the meeting. Now if we just go back, let me just bring up another screen to show you. If we go back to the internet, I can actually show you what it would look like if we had lots of people. And I've just grabbed this screenshot from a meeting that I'd found online. So you can see here all of these people have joined this meeting and they have their microphones switched off. Now I, as administrator of the meeting, what I could do is I can turn all your microphones off anyway, so no one can hear you, but they can still see you. And what you could do is, there's a couple of options. If you want to talk and be heard, you press your space bar, which acts a bit like a walkie-talkie, and while the space bar is depressed, we would all be able to hear you. You can see that what's happening also in this meeting is this lady's got her hand up, so that would indicate to me that she wanted to talk, and I could then unmute her. So again, through Zoom, you would be able to hear me, and I would theoretically be able to hear you. You would be able to hear each other, and you'd be able to see each other. So it's really, really social, and we can then conduct choir rehearsals this way. Now, those advanced sound settings that I did cannot be done if you're using a tablet, so just bear that in mind. If you're using a tablet, or if you're doing this on your phone, of course you can do this on your phone as well by downloading the app through your app store. But just bear in mind that those advanced features will not be there. But it doesn't make too much of a difference. I'll show you what those advanced features do. If I go back into Zoom, let me just set that up. Here we go. Going back into Zoom down here. When you have those advanced features turned on, what will end up happening, oh dear, it's gone again, there we go. What will end up happening is, there we go, this will appear. So it will say turn on original sound. Now that was that box we ticked earlier on. What original sound allows you to do is it tells Zoom that you're basically using the original sound from the microphone rather than a compressed or adjusted version. Compressed and adjusted versions are brilliant for speech, but they're not good for music. So if I were to sing now, because Zoom is trying to match it as speech, it will actually alter the sound of my voice and it will sound dreadful. So when you want to sing, if you want to sing and be heard, let's assume that you've decided that you'd actually quite like to sing to me. You'd obviously make sure you're unmuted so I could hear you and the rest of the choir could hear you. Then you would turn on original sound, like I've just done there. So it says turn on, let's turn on by clicking it. Then it would sound more musical. So it will broadcast exactly what your microphone is picking up. If you wanted to talk, you can leave that on, but if you're not going to be singing out loud and broadcasting that with your microphone on, you can turn that off and it will just say then turn on. So that will just be better for speech. So that's the feature that I will have switched on my end. So when I'm singing and playing, Zoom knows that I'm sending out music, not just speech. So that's the feature that won't be available on phones and other devices other than computer. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a problem. It just means that if you chose to sing to us or to everyone else in the group, it wouldn't sound as good as if you were using your computer. So what I think would be a good idea is if choir members want to join in to the virtual Zoom choirs for their groups, I would suggest you follow the steps I've outlined here and set up a Zoom account and sort out your webcam, make sure it's all up and running and things, or your tablet, and download the apps if you're going to do it that way, and wait for further notice, because within the next few days, weeks, I'll be sending out invites a bit like the one that you saw here. If I just bring that up again, let me just swap between those, excuse me, here we go. There we go, an invite like that, or I might actually put that into a newsletter, and it will have the time that we're going to meet, and then you can click on it, and if it's all installed as I've shown you, you'll be ready to join us. So for now, that's it. I hope that's been helpful, and watch out for more videos that I'll be posting in the near future.